man walks into a cafe on Christmas morning wanting breakfast. And so the waitress seats him and he asks what the specials are. And she tells him the Christmas special is Eggs Benedict. So he orders the special. And a little later, the waitress comes out with the Eggs Benedict served on hubcaps. And surprised, he asked why the hubcaps instead of regular plates. And her response, get ready. There's no plates like chrome for the hollandaise. Wah, wah. Well, today's the day of joy, so I had to throw in a really goofy joke. So today we're celebrating the fourth Sunday of Advent, joy. And I got to tell you, joy is one of my favorite topics. And today is Christmas Day. And so what a perfect time for us to be in reflection and really in claiming and knowing the truth of what we are as joy. You know, Charles Fillmore in Unity teaches the 12 powers, and yours truly has taken the liberty of creating a 13th power, joy. And joy, I am planning a 12 powers service, so stay tuned, where we'll have the candle of joy. And to me, what represents joy is a white candle with multicolored polka dots. Because really, when I think about our faculty of joy, when we see through the lens of joy, we see the color, the bright color of life. We see the lightheartedness really that's there, that we can claim. And I was talking about this last night on Christmas Eve. Wow, has there really been some heavy energy lately? More so than I've experienced in a long time. In our headlines, on the news. And to me, there's no greater opportunity for us to know, first of all, that we are inherent joy. Because the thing is, as a faculty of our Christ nature, no one can ever take our joy. Nothing, no thing can ever take our joy. We can always choose it because it is our divine nature. And so really, it's a very simple message today that we are joy. Joy is our being. And as we claim joy, I tell you what, my life experience, when I remember to claim joy and to be the joy that I know that I inherently am, wow, does life feel like it's easier? It flows easier? Can you relate? And I'm again reminded of the shepherds in the biblical Christmas story. Do you remember that the shepherds were watching their flock and an angel came to them and they were terrified? And the angel said, "Whoa, do not be afraid, for I bring you tidings of great joy. Great joy, that unto you is born in the city of David, Jesus, the baby. And you will see him wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger." And then the angels departed, and the shepherds were like, "I'm going to go check this out." Because as they were journeying, following the star, listening to their wisdom, they were in expectancy of joy as they beheld the Christ. And I think, again, the shepherds are great modeling for us. As we're on our spiritual journey, following our wisdom, we can set the intention to find joy, to claim joy, and to be joy. As we claim our Christ nature deeply in our being, last night we celebrated birthing it in our awareness. birthing it in our knowing and claiming so that we can express the Christ light in the world as love, as joy, as peace. And I think about Christmas, how we feel when we give a gift from our heart. That's joy. And when we receive, we allow ourselves to receive a gift that's given from love, that's joy. And when we're out in nature, what a beautiful Christmas day it is today. Isn't it beautiful? As we behold it and we let it in and we let it touch our heart, that's joy. And we also feel joy in our reflections when we think about those times in our life when our hearts have been touched. Those sacred memories that we bring to the present moment. And so today, given Christmas, it felt like I wanted to make it more interactive today, a little bit more casual. And so how today is going to look is I am inviting you, hint, hint, to share just briefly something in your life that has brought you joy. Brought you joy into your awareness. Had you experienced joy, whether it's at Christmas, that would be lovely if you want to share a Christmas joy, or if there's just something in your life that you just want to share that adds to the joy overflowing in your life. And so what's going to happen is that Bill's going to be in this aisle with the microphone, and I'm going to hold the microphone over here. And please just know, we love you. Don't worry about just saying it just right, or don't, just say what's on your heart. And we're going to take a little bit of sharing, and then we're going to sing a song. And then we're going to take a little sharing, and we're going to sing a song. And then we're going to take a little sharing and sing one more song. I have really given Angela and the band a workout today. But it just felt like this is Christmas Day. This is the day of joy, and we get to celebrate joy through remembering our experiences and through singing from our hearts. So, Bill, let's move onward.
That's right.
Okay, and you're on, right? Okay. All right. So who would like to share? Edie, come on up. And I just want to invite you, as you hear, just open your heart and invite your own self to connect with whatever someone's sharing, because Edie's joy is our joy, right? Okay, there you go, Edie.
So what came to mind was a fun story, a Christmas story, when the kids were, I guess, in middle school, high school, middle school. Kevin and I plotted to get them cell phones. And we were thinking about how we wanted to present them on Christmas. And so we got this great idea, and we put them in their stocking and didn't tell them, And then, before they opened any of their presents, we called the phones. And their stockings were ringing. And it was just such a fun little Christmas coup. Like, yeah, Mom and Dad pulled off a really good one, and they were just absolutely delighted. It was just a really fun, happy moment. And so that is our story.
Yay.
I had a fun thing that happened earlier today. Well, actually happened a couple of days ago. But basically, I had a secret Santa who bought me an American Girl doll and the clothes, and they just dropped it off outside of the thing. It was like $300 worth of clothes and a doll.
Wow, that's joy. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, love. Fred, you want to share?
My name's Frederick Kester. I live in Prescott, Arizona. There's 6 inches of snow on the ground there now. I'm doing my practicum. I'm at Unity of Prescott, and I'm in the youth education program. And this fall, I got to take the Uniteens and the YOUers to rallies. And I'm just so blown away by the consciousness of these young people and their faith. It was such a treat to be there with them.
And I'm sure it was a treat for them to be with you. So let's sing. Let's sing. It's the most wonderful time of the year. With the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. With those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for roasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time of the year. Of the year. Yay! Yes.
A number of years ago, my youngest daughter, I raised 3 girls by myself since they were 3, 4, and 5, I guess. And my youngest daughter was going through some emotional issues in high school, and around 10th grade decided it was really best for her emotionally to drop out. I supported her in that, even though that wasn't how I pictured the plan going, but I know everything's in its right moment. And this past Monday, I get choked up about it, she graduated from nursing school, and I got to see her walk across that stage, so a very joy-filled moment.
Thank you for sharing that.
So when Reverend Cheryl was talking about this past year, one of the things that's been really true for me in this past year is getting in touch with that joy that's inside. And what I find is that if there's any time I'm feeling down or just a little bit out of sorts, what I do is I think of all the things that I'm grateful for. And when I think of all the things that I'm grateful for, there's just so many that I find myself just lifted. And just sometimes the joy just bubbles right over. And so that's sort of my RX prescription for whenever you're feeling down is be grateful. Think of what you're grateful for.
Thank you, Linda. So, Joan?
An incident just this past Friday came to my mind. One of the things that I decided I wanted to do was to express my gratitude to the trash collection folks that come by my house. And there's 3 separate trucks with, the guys who run alongside the truck. And to be honest with you, I watch them sometimes just running from house to house, picking up those trash cans and dumping them in. And so on Friday, which is my trash collection day, I had bars of chocolate and an envelope with some money in that I gave to each one. And the joy on their faces was just so uplifting. I was so happy to be handing out a bar of chocolate and a little bit of money. But the first group that came around was 7 a.m., and it was cold. And and the guy who was riding on the outside of the truck had this black mask, a rubber mask on his face, and all I could see was his eyes. And when I handed him that, his eyes just popped with happiness. So it was so wonderful.
That's so fun. Oh, that's so fun. Well, that sounds holly and jolly. Oh, okay, one more sharing.
I'm glad that I have my mommy.
Yes. Beautiful. So sweet. Holly Dolly. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow. Have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, the mistletoe hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you. Kiss him once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And in case you didn't hear, oh my golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, the mistletoe hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you. Kiss them once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And in case you didn't hear, oh my golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Awesome. Did you want to share? Did I see your hand? Okay. Did you want to share? Okay. Do you have the paper that I gave you? It's up. You must see.
This year, I've been very fortunate in a lot of ways, but one of the things that's happened is the spirit of poetry has landed on me, and I wrote this.
No.
And it's Christmas. I love Jesus, oh yes, indeed. He is in my every process and thought and deed. And yet I fall short, thank God for the blood. This is no sport. I am also aware, and let's be fair, many have been wounded in his name, and many don't trust when I say, this is no game. Miracles are real, just touch and feel. They are around you, and it is what is real. My four I see most every day. Nathan, Rachel, Aaron, Carlos, and oh yes, I am still alive. That makes my tangible miracles 5. A direct, tangible line to the cross that connects me to my Master and Lord. He is on board this life of mine. It is all his, and that is so fine. His goal is to make life more abundant, so you can see and touch and feel that true love is very, very real.
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
My daughter graduated 2 weeks ago from Duquesne University, so we are so joyful for that. We watched her grow up here. We've been going to Unity for so many years, since 1988.
Wow.
And it's been so exciting. We went to Pittsburgh, she went to Duquesne, and she graduated. But this is our first Christmas without her because she stayed. And she's on her new journey. And we're so joyous for her being on her new journey. But the blessing and the joyfulness that I have is that my nephew came this week, and he's with us from Philadelphia. And he's only 4 weeks, you're 4 weeks younger than Nicole. Yeah, 4 weeks younger than Nicole, my daughter. So we're just excited to have him here, and he can stay as long as he wants. We're just enjoying him, and we're enjoying all the blessings we have this year.
Wonderful.
In 1991, my family got all together. My mom moved down to the beach while I was in college, and so my family was spread all over the place. And in 1991, we managed to get all together in one house and celebrate a long Christmas weekend. My brother had his son was 5 years old, and he was the only kid amongst us. And so I went out shopping, trying to find something fun for a 5-year-old, and I found this purple and green snakes. It was like a sock snake, like a puppet, so you could put your hand in it, and it was long and green, and I was trying to figure out how do you wrap something like this? Like, how do you? I said, well, I won't wrap it because it's just really difficult to wrap, and I just tied a little red bow around his neck, and mind you, he's the only child. In this crowd, I have 4 siblings and extended family, and we had my aunt and my uncle and cousins there. And apparently on the way down the staircase, he saw the snake and started whispering, "Oh, I hope that snake is mine. I hope that snake is mine. I hope that snake is mine. I hope that snake is mine." Like thinking that it could be for somebody else. Of course it was for him. He's 30 now, and he still has that snake. And so it's sweet.
What brings me the greatest joy is this. All of you and myself that has come to believe in this practice, unity. I found it before we had this building. And I love it with all of my heart. After trying at least 5 substantial religious experiences, this is far more. This is everything in my life, and it guides me every day of my life. Great joy. Thank you, Unity, for being.
Yes. Okay, let's sing. Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring it right here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Give yourselves a grand round of applause.